So we're here today to talk about the IT asset management locker, as shown behind me here. Some of the main pain points around the IT management within offices is that you have a tech bar and IT department, and lots of their time is taken up handing out the same peripheral items time and time again. So being able to free up the IT time so that they can do their job rather than having to hand out those items. Also things like new starter kits, people who are leaving, having to have the IT department there on hand all the time so that they can be there to receive these goods or hand them out. Also with the new way of working, with the remote working, IT departments don't get the option to do that because they have to be on site for the full office hours in case someone needs a new mouse or a charging cable. So utilising the lockers enables them to be able to automate that system so they don't need to be there. Okay, so how do we address those pain points? So we have a 24/7 self-service process because you can preload the items into the locker so people can come and get the items when it suits them. For example, I have a mouse in the locker. If my mouse was now to break, I could come take that out without having to interfere with the IT department and ask them to hand over an item from their stock. So now if we take a look at how the locker works, as you can see behind me we have some items preloaded in. So the IT department were able to come and load those items in at a time that suited them. Now as an employee, if I needed to come and take out a mouse, for example, as I mentioned earlier, I can come up to the machine. Now I can either, if I have a badge ID, I can have a reader fitted to the machines where I just show my ID and it automatically knows who I am, therefore what I'm allowed to access. If they don't have badges, you can just use the PIN number, which is what I'm doing for today's video. You will then see it gives me the option, do I want to check out or do I want to check in? So I just want to take an item out today. So I just want to take an item out and it's a mouse, which I know is code 444. This can be changed accordingly. I can then take that item out and go and use that to do whatever I want. Now this can be set up a few different ways. It may be that once I take the item out, I get to keep it and it's assigned to myself or my cost centre, my department, or it could be a loan item, which means it's set up on the basis that I have to bring it back and I return it. That is then all tracked within the software. When I've gone and used the mouse, I can then return it if I want to. So for the sake of this, I'm going to check the item back in. I'm still logged in. I go to check in, enter the asset ID. So quite often we have barcodes on the assets. Once again, we can get a barcode reader on the machine. So a user simply scans that and it opens the door. I have to enter the number on this one. So I enter that ID again and the relevant door opens. I can then open that and put the item back. That is all then tracked within the software so we know who took it. If that had been an item that I could have kept, all of the inventory levels are tracked and monitored so the IT department know if they need to go and replace stock. The same can be used for new starter kits, except you can do that as more of an order pickup. So for example, I'm a new starter joining the company. I could have my IT equipment, my phone, everything preloaded in a locker for me, and I get emailed a barcode. I would then come scan that barcode and the door would pop open. I then take that equipment and the IT department know that I have had access to my items. In there you can put the new user badge and things like that as well, so it just streamlines that onboarding process. You can also do break fix, so we can integrate this into systems. So for example, ServiceNow, if you wanted to integrate that so when I raise a ServiceNow ticket, it can give me a pickup code to go to the locker and get those items out. So I may need to raise a ServiceNow ticket for my mouse. It would give me a code, I scan the code, and then I can take the mouse from the locker. So if we take a look at the outcome of using this locker, you have secure storage for the equipment, which is all monitored, so you know who has accessed what when and what your current stock levels are. You have 24/7 access, so people can come at a time that suits both the employees and the IT department. You get full control and visibility of what is in the locker. It's a completely contactless process, so you don't need to make sure that people are available. You don't need to interact that face-to-face. It's suitable for all types of inventory that can be found in an office. So whether you're talking laptops, accessories, mobile phones, stationery even, it can all be secured in the locker. So that's one example we've looked at for the Ricoh Smart Locker solutions. If you have any interest in this, please get in touch with myself or any of the team and we can talk through finding the best solution for your customers.
Ricoh.